here we are. That is not the right screen to be on. That is the screen to be on. Hello, this is really loud in my ears. I need to turn that audio down a little bit on my end at the very least. Just do that there. That works fine. Hello, hello. Hello, Mick. How's it going? Welcome in. Alright. And so that looks like that's working. That's all there. That's all there. Stream is up. It is on Twitch. Everything looks good. Alright. I think it's time to play some Pokemans. I'm going to be doing my first attempts at a Nuzlock, starting with yellow version, because it is the version that I started with. It is the first Pokemon game I played. So, without further ado, let's do this. I did do a test run just to make sure everything was working last night, so I assume once I actually start up, it should update and remove Shocky Boy, because that was from the test run. But we will see. For some people, Pokemon are pets, others use them for fights. Myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. First, what is your name? Alright, I am Wind. Right, so your name is Wind. And this is my grandson. He's been a rival since you were a baby. What is his name again? Now, I did put this up to an option in Discord, and there was only one name suggested, which really shouldn't surprise me. My rival for this journey will be Kitten Tick. It won't fit though. Oh, that's something I didn't consider. We're gonna have to bastardize her name. Hello, Sahana. Welcome in. Welcome in. Absolutely disgraceful. The rival can just be Tick. I'm just using Wind. I'm not using Windfairer. That's a good point. I didn't mean to delete that. Alright, that's right, I remember now. His name is Tick. Wind! Your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go. Alright. I know how this works. I know where the potion is. Although, Nuzlock, I can't use the potion in battle, so I can heal outside of battle though. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, hi, Mom. Right. All boys leave home someday. It says so on TV. Professor Oak next door is looking for you. Get the fuck out. Don't come back. Alright. Let's go get our Pikachu. Hey, wait, don't go out. That was close. Wild Pokemon live in the tall grass. Should really decide on a single voice room rather than cycling through them. And our Pikachu was caught. Phew. A Pokemon can appear any time in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. I've missed the Pokemon soundtrack. Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. Chick, why are you here? Already. I said for you to come by later. Oh, whatever. Just wait there. Look, Wind, do you see that ball? On the table. It's called a Pokeball. It holds a Pokemon inside. You may have it. Go on, take it. Hey, what? What about me? Be patient, Tick. Give you one later. Gonna get an Eevee! Can you believe it? And then Tick goes and steals it. That bitch. No way, Wind. I want this Pokemon. Tick snatched the Pokemon. Tick, what are you doing? Gramps, I want this one. But I... Alright then. That Pokemon is yours. I was going to give you one anyway. Wind, come over here. Wind, this is the Pokemon I just caught earlier. You can have it. I caught it in the wild. It is not tame yet. Wind received Pikachu. Do you want to give a name to Pikachu? Yes, I have to. And I'm gonna stick with the same name that I used for my test run. Just because I like it. Pikachu is Shocky Boy. That's such a Tick thing to do. That is such a Tick thing to do though. She would absolutely deny me an Eevee. Clearly they give you a lot more characters for Pokemon nicknames than they do for your rival. Because it wouldn't fit there. And yep, it looks like my UI has updated, so you should be able to see in the top left of the screen. Well, basically the left side. Would it be left side for you guys? Yeah, it would be left side for you guys. It will have my party as we go along. And that should update automatically. The badges I need to update manually when I get them, but that's fine. Now mind you, have you built that Lego Eevee yet? I have not actually. It is sitting in the box waiting to be assembled. But I have it. That's the important thing. I have it. Alright. Sad times. Let's beat up an Eevee. Wait, Wind! Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Alright, and the first battle where we just spam attack moves and hope that they use a Tail Whip. Because Pikachu has less health than an Eevee. In fact, less base stats all around than an Oh, 2 criticals though. That's pretty good. The back-to-back criticals got the job done. Triple critical. Shocky Boy's bringing the heat already. Level up. What? Unbelievable. I picked the wrong Pokemon. Yeah, you did. You picked my Pokemon. Now I'm going to have to beat your ass to this entire game as punishment. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. Wind, Gramps, smell you later. What? Would you look at that? It's odd, but it appears that your Pikachu dislikes Pokeballs. You should just keep it with you. That should make it happy. You can talk to it and see how it feels about you. And it's a condescending bitch. Despicable. Alright. The adventure begins. Get the potion from this chap. Community shop, so please visit us in Viridian City. I know. I'll give you a sample. Here you go. And we got a potion. Rolling potions. So I don't need to go to the Pokemon Center because I had 0 encounters there. Hey, you came from Pallet Town. You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Will you take it to him? Wind got Oak's parcel. First one is free, the next one will cost you. It's the way with so many things. At least the first one is free. There are a lot of things that just cost you the whole time. Tata. Thundershock. Oh no, I took damage. Thundershock again. So, the question is, oh, Wind, how is my old Pokemon? Well, it seems to like you a lot. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer. No, it doesn't. What? You have something for me? Wind delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, this is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Thanks, Wind. By the way, I must ask you to do something for me. Gramps! Gramps, my Pokemon has grown stronger. Check it out. Ah, Tick, good timing. I need to ask both of you to do something for me. On the desk there is my invention, Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's high-tech encyclopedia. Wind and Tick, take these with you. Wind got Pokédex from Oak. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world. That was my dream. But I'm too old and can't do it. So I want you to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking. Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps, leave it all to me. Wind, I hate to say it, but I don't need you. I know, I'll borrow a town map from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Ha ha ha. That's also a tick thing to do. Alright, we have been given the 9 possible task of cataloguing every Pokemon in the world. Which will be difficult since we can't catch them to actually catalogue them. Grandpa asked you to run an errand? Here, this will help you. When got a town map. Because Tick got distracted and didn't grab it before I got here. Amateur hour. Alright. So, it is Strategery's time. Because before the next section, there are 3 potential Pokemon I can catch between here and Brock. We can do Route 2, we can do Route 22, and we can do Viridian Forests. We also have the optional battle with Tick, which we're going to have to take. Which has... I think it's just Eevee and a Spearow. That's a level 6 Pidgey. That would have been a good catch if I could catch it. They actually... No, I need to talk to one of the assistants to get Pokeballs, don't I? I am also already in the orange. That's right, that should get me... No, that doesn't get me to level 7. Alright. Pretty sure one of these guys can do Pokeballs. Does no one give me Pokeballs here? I'll heal up, and it must be the grumpy old man who blocks your path north. If you try to go earlier. I could buy them at a shop now. Yeah, but you're also supposed to be given 5 at the start. Where are my 5 free ones, hello? Level 2 Pidgey, you're fucked. Alright, so swing by the Pokemon, we'll buy some Pokeballs. We also need to make sure to pick up some antidotes, because one warning I did see quite often is for Gen 1 Pokemon, it's a reminder that your Pokemon can actually faint outside of battle from poison. So you need to make sure that once the battle is over, you unpoison them. So you're gonna go 5 of them. Stockpile. See, it's not a super point in getting like hundreds of Pokeballs because I'm going to be limited in how many I can use. Of course, I also have to be careful not to knock out the Pokemon I face. Alright, let's get this guy to show me how to catch a Pokemans. Maybe you don't get free ones in the other version. Interesting. Alright. So. First we'll go up to this section. And we're going to be fingers crossed that we get some variant of Nidoran. That is some variant of Nidoran. Level 4, so as long as I don't crit, it should be able to take a Thundershock. That's pretty much exactly half its health, so I'm not going to risk another one. And we are going to get our first Nidoran. Fantastic. Its large ears are always kept upright. If it senses danger, it will attack with its poisonous sting. Do you want to give a nickname to your Nidoran? Alright, we need a nickname for Nidoran. Naming things, this is going to be the bullshit part. I could just do the cheap out thing and name the rest of my Pokemon after viewers. I feel like that is the angle to go. So on that basis, as the two of you are here, Nick, Mick, Henno, who wants to be Nidoran? Who would like this honour of being in my party and being the crutch that I used to defeat Brock? first? Alright. Speak now, forever hold your peace, Vic. You will be Nidoran. Alright, and then we go into the forest. I would still like to get either a Caterpie or a Metapod if possible, because I feel like Sleep Powder is going to be key. Level 3. Let's risk it. Please don't knock it out. It's gonna fuck everything if you knock it out. Alright, we're good. We're good. Of course, Henno, this means you are now going to be Caterpie. If you touch the feeler on top of its head, it will release a horrible stink to protect itself. Alright, so for Indian Forest we got a Caterpie. Hells yeah. Everything is coming up Millhouse. So good with that doesn't... Butterfree learns Confusion at level 12. That is why it was going to be one of my aces against Brock. I needed either Butterfree or Nidoran, and I got both. So, hell yeah, now it's time to do some grinding before we... This is the Poké Center. So we do still have one more location that we can go to catch Pokemon, so I'm going to go to Route 22, and we'll either get a Spearow or a Mankey here. Or a female Nidoran. I didn't know female Nidoran could be in this spot. That's right, that's another catch. Alright, we're not going to damage this one because it's only level 2 and we tank it. Hello, Cypher. How's it going? Welcome in. Alright. Maybe we're gonna need to get Sir Henno out to punch on a little bit. Okay, you could have punched on a little harder, Sir Henno. Critical hit. Oh no. Alright, cough medicine got you covered. That's good. Medicine is important. Alright, that should be enough weakening for now. Let's try this again. Hell yeah. Nidoran female was caught. Well, as the next chap, I will give you the choice, Cypher. You can be Nidoran female, or I can see Fennon is lurking. We can name it after Fennon. Your call. Would you like to become a Nidoqueen? Gonna give you another 30 seconds to respond. Before it will default to Fennon as the VIP. Alright. suppose I could have done XZ as well. He's a VIP that's lurking. That's right, I'm calling my lurkers out. Alright. Let's get Mick into the front line so we can start doing some XP sharing and getting some levels up. Oh no, the wild Nidoran is faster than my Nidoran. Gonna swap you out now, because 3 layers is... I don't know how much that actually drops his stats each time. Ah! I feel like having your defense drop lowered that much is probably not a good time. Pidgeys and Rattatas. Now that we have our starting team, which I should also quickly just go in here and go... Oh, look at that, the Psyduck card that's tracking my progress. Didn't even know I could get a Nidoran female at that section. How bizarre. Oops, didn't need to use that there. Alright, we're gonna swap Mick out. One crit will do him in. And that was a crit. That would have been devastating. Could you imagine if I had one die before the first gym? That would be forever shame. Alright, I want to try and balance out their levels if I can, so we'll move Fanon up first because she's the lowest level. Theoretically, Sirhan and Mick should be able to tank their own hits a little better. Yeah, we're just going straight up. Swap out until they have some levels under them. Want them to be able to stand for themselves. But I also need to be careful not to overlevel Shocky Boy. to Viridian Forest to train up for a bit, because if I can get them against a Metapod, that is nice. Although if I'm unlucky and a Pidgeotto comes in, that could be bad. I might need a run from Pidgeottos. Probably should have considered the risk of going into a trainer battle as well, actually. Because I can't use healing items, which means I am committed to this. That's right. Pikachu uses special attack, not attack, so Growls don't do anything bad against me. Nope, I need Pikachu out from the start to maximize damage output straight away. Alright, that was a risky encounter. I shouldn't have gone for trainer battle until I got everything to at least level 5, but it's alright, we survived. And it's the level 4 Pidgey again. Alright, how has everyone been since Saturday's stream? Yep. Yeah, let's lower the attack on that Metapod that can't attack us back. This is going to be a long fight. But good news is, it won't be stacking too much XP on my Pikachu, which means I should be able to balance out the party a lot better. Because preferably we will get everything to roughly the same level. Clear the trainers in the forests. Once everything is level 10, I think then we go back and we take on Tick. Which should be an easy fight, because that would, I think, their highest is a level 9. Important thing is we can't go above level 12 before we beat Brock. Hey look, Fennon's first solo victory. And she's level 4 now, so we'll swap her out with Sir Henno, because he is now the lowest level. And we'll keep on keeping on. And he immediately comes face to face with a level 8 Pidgey. Fuck that. I'm not even going to get Shocky Boy to face it. can't escape. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous. Come on, Shocky boy. Right, so they're a wild level 8 here. Caterpie vs Pidgey would be rough for sure. Yeah. Yep. Sir Henno has no idea how close they were to death just then. So maybe we don't grind in. Viridian Forest just yet. Ad starts in 10 minutes. Didn't it just do an ad like 5 minutes ago? Level 2. Do we think a level 3 weak Caterpie can solo a level 2 Nidoran? I think a level 3 Caterpie can solo a level 2 Nidoran. So what have been like in your area? It's been hella cold and foggy. It has also been hella cold and foggy here. It's... Yep. Actually got to the point that I put on a coat the other day. Not out of necessity, but just it was comfortable enough to wear a coat. And Sir Henno won his first solo battle. Han's gonna get his second. Getting swagged out due to the cold isn't so bad. Don't know if I'd ever thought of myself as being swagged out, but it's definitely something. Keep Sir Henno up the front until they hit level 5, and then we will swap them out with Mick. Mankey just knows Scratch at this point, so you should be able to take that. I have confidence. And now we're going to trade you out. I have confidence, but not that much confidence. not enough to leave you one hit away from death. Alright, so Henry is retiring and we are bringing Mick to the front lines. I especially can't afford to have Sir Henno die because sleep powder is going to be the key to getting some later captures. Like Abra. I'm gonna want an Abra. The only way we're getting that is if we put that fucker to sleep. Plan for Brock. If I get either, well, any of the Nidorans, or so both the Nidorans learn low kick at level 12, which the level cap is only I have to be, I can't exceed level 12, so I can get them to level 12 before we do that gym. Low kick is a fighting type move, so that will deal with his rock type, or failing that, at level 12, Butterfree learns Confusion, which will also beat Brock. So I've basically caught the best Pokemon I could, like all three of them that I got. It's 3 for 3, the best case scenario Pokemon I could have gotten. Because Mankey doesn't learn any fighting moves until level 15, so he would have been useless. He would have just been normal type. Rattata and Pidgey are also locked to normal type moves, so I kind of lucked out. Yeah, pretty much. That's... I mean, good news is it's a yellow version, so I'm gonna get all three of the starters. Which will fill out my ultimate team pretty well, because, you know, they all do their job fantastic. We're going to keep Shocky Boy with us for as long as we can. Hopefully he doesn't die throughout the journey, but Lock the Pikachu, that's going to be hard to keep him alive. Obviously, once I get an Eevee, the Eevee is taking a slot. So that would leave one space remaining, which I would fill with a Kadabra. Because Kadabra is always viable. Obviously I can't get Alakazam because not really an option to trade. Naturally, of course Eevee gets a spot. Dude, when I get the Eevee that you get, if that dies, I am ending the campaign right there. The Nuzlock run is over then and there. So I am going to quickly go to the toilet because I need to pee, and I'll be back in a minute. And while I'm gone, I will just run this ad break that is pending to get it out of the way. I will be back in a minute. Alright. It's in the other room. I hear my Caterpie won its first solo battle. It did win its first solo battle. Against a Nidoran that was a level lower than it. But it won. Can't take that away from me. Alright, now they're healed, we will move Sir Henno back up to the front since he is the lowest level and needs the most training. I think once we've got everything to level 6, we'll then move to Viridian Forest. At that point everything should be able to tank a hit from a level 8. Spider Noir. I have indeed watched Spider Noir. It was fan-feckin-tastic. Absolutely loved it. Attack has been dropped too much. We're going to need to swap you out. You got halfway to soloing an equal leveled opponent. To start watching this afternoon, send down the black and white. It's the only way to watch it. I was offended by the mere suggestion of watching it in colour. Like, why would they even make that an option? It's clearly designed to be watched in black and white. saw a few clips in colour, but it's quite strange, but I think there's a Technicolor intent. I mean, if they did something with the colour, maybe that's a bit different. Like, you know, just a subtle way of saying this isn't the proper way to be watching this, but we'll make it aesthetic. But no, I still think it needs to be watched in black and white. Not going to keep you in the field if you're within range of a crit. Alright, let's move Mick up to the front. Defaulted in colour. That's just wrong. Dumb brain sometimes. We all get dumb brain sometimes. Happens to the best of us. Took that hit. Again, I'm not risking. I'm too much of a coward to let a turn go with it within one shot of death. Alright, we'll let Fennon do a couple rounds. Just because we're here. And we're going to have to go back and heal the other two anyway. I do feel like the way it's stacking up, Fennon is going to be my ace against Brock. Yeah, Spearow. Spearow does have flying moves, but I don't think Nidorans are weak to flying. Just keep tackling. Playing this game the same way I played it when I was 8 years old. Attack moves only. I think the Game Boy might be drowning my speech out a little bit. Alright, I will drop that down a little bit. if they didn't just drop it down a bit too much. But it looks like my audio levels are higher now, so at least that part of it's right. Or maybe I just need to properly enunciate and speak louder. That's also an option. Rather than mumbling my way through. Maybe a teensy bit too much down. Alright, we'll just a teensy bit back up. And alright, we're gonna leave Fennon at the front, and I'm going to we will yeah, fuck it, let's go Battle Tick. I think we should be strong enough to win this pretty safely. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Yeah, they did. They start with their Spearow. Alright. Lower my defense, I'll just lower your attack. And then we'll just be equalized. I don't think we're equalized. Oof, that was a... I think Leer is lowering my defense more than Growl is lowering their attack. So we're just gonna swap to Shocky Boy and deal with this Spearow quickly. No reason to fuck around. Actually, we'll keep... Get a paralysis on the Eevee. Poor Eevee. Alright, so Henno, you're up. And you missed. Did 9 points of damage without it being reduced, so... this could be dangerous. The paralysis is doing nothing. There we go, fully paralyzed. Holy shit. I went into this a bit soon. Probably should have just tackled. There we go. I cycled through the entire fucking party. But we did it. Oh, you just lucked out. 280 gallery dues. Heard the Pokemon League has many tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling and get a move on. There is a lot more tension when you know you can't afford to have a Pokemon faint. Like, I feel like I put Mick at risk there by moving out Shocky Boy. Because Shocky Boy probably could have tanked another hit. But I definitely can't afford to lose Shocky Boy before I get to Vermilion City, because to get the other 3 starters you need to have a happy Pikachu. And I want the other 3 starters. You know? They're kind of an important part of the whole plan. Azzy, hello, how's it going? Welcome in. Good, just woke up. That's, yeah, it'd be early morning for you. 7 a.m. Well, not 7 a.m.ish yet. Or maybe 6 a.m.ish? 7 a.m.ish? 6 a.m. One day I'll remember the time zone differences. Wind found a Pokeball. Can't use it though. Screw time zones indeed. Alright, so Hanno, you're injured, but they're 2 levels lower than you. You got this. How have you been, Azzy? Haven't seen you since Saturday. It's been so long. Alright, moving Mick to the front lines. And we accidentally did a Leer instead of a tackle. It's alright. Theoretically, it should mean that Mick takes this Caterpie out even faster. Kiddos in summer camp school making a lunch. Nice. Poison use antidotes? Yes. Good thing is, yellow version doesn't have wild Weedles, so... Built an arbor arch for my father-in-law. Humid attack, like 88F with 99% humidity. Disgusting. I hate humidity. Humidity is the worst. I do need to be careful to not over-level my Pikachu. Let's battle him. Let's. Oh, you took more of a hit than I thought you had. Alright. Fennon's turn. Nothing like going outside and feeling like you've taken a hot muggy shower. That is disgusting. I hate that. It was the worst part of the trip through Vietnam and Cambodia. It was just... not so much... actually, they weren't too bad. It was the brief stopover in fucking Malaysia. Humidity was brutal there. Nope, Fennon can stay out and keep tanking this one. Sounds like walking into a wall of cling wrap. That also does not sound like a particularly fun experience, to be honest. Alright, circle back, we'll heal up Sir Heno and Mick, because they need to be in the front gaining levels, so that we don't over-level the others. Because once Shocky Boy and Fennon hit level 12, we pretty much have to stop using them. Which is dangerous. Yep. you been? I've been great. Work has been pretty chill, and all the stuff that I tried to set up seems to have worked. In fact, while you're here, TTS should work for you now, has he? Anyone who has a VIP badge, it should work for free. Try it with all caps TTS. Does not seem to have worked. Interesting. Why? It's not working for me anymore either. Interesting. Right? Clearly, Mixed Up has just decided to make a liar out of me. And it doesn't work. I will have to fix that tomorrow. We have an old doggo, he has hip issues, so we got medicine for him, but we have to hide in dog food. Ah, classic. Might as well get Henna out here so he can get some of this Metapod experience as well. Milk these Metapods for all they're worth. I really should have swapped when the trainer was changing Pokemon. So I remember you saying you were making your dog sausage and eggs, and I was like, wow, your dog eats better breakfast than I do. Alright, Mick has Horn Attack. Oh wait, that was the first Metapod. Alright. Let's go to Shocky Boy, he can handle this Caterpie. yes, it's a Metapod. We're just going to let Heno take this one on the whole way. Gain some levels, Heno. Bash that Metapod. This might take a while. But he's got this. He is unstoppable. The fantabulous, indestructible Sir Heno. Couple more critical hits like that. Get it done in no time. That should be a level up, and I believe that should be evolving as well, right? Huh? I ran out of Pokemon. What? Sir Heno is evolving. How do you get into that into the party? So, you basically just be a VIP and be in the stream, and then the next one I catch will be you, which the next I can't actually catch anymore until after Brock, Route 3. But you could potentially be a Mankey, a Sandshrew, or a Spearow. Isn't that exciting? Thinks they're gonna be the best. Shh! Don't they know who I am? Level 8 Caterpie, Mick should be able to handle that. My only real concern is Weedles. There's going to be a trainer in here with a Weedle. Yes. In honor of the anime, we're going to have a Metapod vs Metapod duel. Not least because my Metapod needs more XP. Ooh, they have a Metapod that has tackle. And String Shot. They evolved this Metapod themselves. So So there is a slight risk with them lowering my speed so much, and that is that in Gen 1, critical hits are based off speed. So with them being significantly faster now, they do have a much higher crit chance. But Sir Henno is in the lead. So theoretically, so long as we can get this done in the next 5 tackles, Sir Henno should win this battle. What did you name her? The rival is named Tick, because there wasn't enough characters for the full name. I think Sir Henno's going to crap out and not get this Metapod down. You're not going to faint, but you're out of tackles, so you can't win this battle on your own. Get Shocky Boy, because I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but I think Nidoran male might be immune to poison, because they are also a poison type, and Nidoran female would be as well. So I'd rather keep them healthy to face off against a Weedle. Although I could be wrong about them having an immunity to their type. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it indeed. I'm trying to conserve resources here, so we're gonna run from non-trainer battles. Metapod's a safe fight. Metapod is just free experience. And we do technically need to get these guys up to level 12. I just don't want to be caught without resources before going into that last trainer battle. Which is weird, I swear I remember there being more trainer battles with Weedles. Because I haven't had a single trainer battle with Weedle. Hey, wait up. What's the hurry? Let me ruin your life with poison types! I've only got one. It's Caterpie. My memories of this game are not perfect. I swear I remember there being a battle that's like a Caterpie, Weedle, Metapod, Kakuna. Did I miss a battle? Looks like that's only in red and blue version, not in yellow. Okay, interesting. In yellow it's just Caterpies all the way. Alright, well, now that we're past all the trainers, we can safely just grind our way up to level 12. And it's a Pidgey, so we're gonna swap in Shocky Boy to do some of that electric damage. Hit them with some lightning. Or miss. Missing's cool too. And missing again. That's cool. Why can't I catch another Pokemon? Because I'm doing a Nuzlock. So the rules, let's see if this works. There you go. I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter in each area. If I knock out or fail to capture that Pokemon, too bad. I should also be sending that as my bot, not as me, so I'm going to need to fix that up as well. Love finding things in the stream that are broken during the stream. These nuz indeed. Screw the rules, you have green hair. You do make a compelling argument, but the rules are what make it a Nuzlock. If you don't follow the rules, then I'm just playing a standard Pokemon run. Appears. A wild Azeroth is quite intimidating. Tool grass is surely flammable. That's why a wild Azeroth being in there is intimidating. That's such a fire risk. Alright, let's move Hano up to the front, because he needs training the most. And now we get the fun part of we are grinding until I either get Confuse Ray or Double Kick. Metapod training montage commence. Hell yeah. Especially if we keep getting Metapod versus Metapod. Training for days. You're cutting Ego Bridged? Ah! I have not given Ego Bridged the attention it deserves. I did watch it once, but it never really stuck with me the same as Hellsing Abridged or Sword Art Online Abridged, that I regularly go back and rewatch. And I never even tried Dragon Ball Abridged because that's just too intimidating. There is too much there. I am too far behind. If I keep kicking this Metapod down the road, one day he'll be spherical. Team 4-Star made Sailor Moon Abridged. Is it made off of the original Sailor Moon run, or is it the remake that came out and was ridiculously short? They turned the whole season into 2 episodes. That's pretty much what the remake did. They condensed it down so much. It's the fucking Nazis. Was it the Nazis? That would be retarded. Bet you I'm right. Bet you you're an asshole. Hellsing Abridged is peak. That's a Pidgey. We're not gonna make Sir Henno face off against a Pidgey. That would be silly. Another Metapod. Excellent. Metapods are like the juiciest source of experience we can get. What would be peak is if we put a level 8 Metapod, because that's the highest level we can get here, I'm pretty sure. That thing would be worth experience for days. Alright, it's another Metapod down. So Henno has 8 tackles left in him. Should be able to take out a Caterpie on his own, and then he's probably going to get traded out in the next fight. Watching SAO and Hellsing Bridge, but before that I'd only watched the DBZ one. That's... a lot of people did start with the DBZ one. My first Abridged series was Hellsing. I haven't watched the legit SAO. Well, fun fact. SAO Abridged is better than base SAO. They actually fixed plot holes that were in base SAO and gave all the characters more personality than what they had in the original series. Hellsing, that one's a bit more iffy. I prefer the abridged series to the point that I actually didn't watch the final episodes of Ultimate before the abridged series released, so it didn't spoil for me. Because they were like releasing that pretty much alongside the show. Like, considering how long it takes for them to do most abridged series, they were churning out that Hellsing Abridged fast. I probably should have moved Sohano to the back since he's not fighting anymore. He's out of his PP. So now we move from Metapod training to Nidoran training. As soon as one of them gets double kick, we're off to the races. Out of curiosity, can someone check for me when the Caterpie line learns Sleep Powder? I'm pretty sure it's as soon as it evolves to Butterfree, but I'm not 100% sure. Speaking about Pokemon, we need to bully Tickney for those last 15. You can try, but her appearing anywhere is a rare event these days. I was very surprised she appeared on Saturday. It's hard to convince some people to try DBZ, but even harder for One Piece. I mean, they are both intimidatingly large shows. Especially One Piece. That's like 1,000 episodes, 20 minutes an episode. It's 20,000 minutes. I'm not sure what that converts into in days, but that's a lot of days. Don't know where to look up the Sleep Powder thing. It should be on Bulbapedia, but over 1k episode. Yeah, over 1k episode. That's just, it's an absurd amount of episodes. Three-quarters done, and it only just finished its first season. Alright, we have an ad break in about 5 minutes, so we'll keep grinding till then. Which, the way it's looking, Mick will be level 12 shortly, so he will have double kick. With any luck, we will also get Fen into level 12, so we will have 2 with fighting type moves, which should allow us to easily crush Brock. powder level 13. It's sleep powder I need though. Level 15. Okay. So we'll still have to do the next capture. Where they can fight back, but I mean, as long as I have sleep powder sorted out before I get to Vermilion, well, before I start traveling to Vermilion, so I can get Abra. Mick is level 12. Read powder, brain went all excited, Labrador. It's what I want. It's what I need. Does it get stun powder at 10 then? I'm sure it gets some form of powder as soon as it evolves at level 10. Because stun powder would work as well for catching. Not for catching Abra, but for catching in general, Paralyze helps a lot. Which Pikachu can do too. I had a dog with that inclination, I would put him Scarface on Montana. Sunspot level 14. Really? That's... My memory is clearly failing me, because I was so sure they get one at level up. Evolution. Yeah, I believe you. I would trust you reading the data over my memory. Jigglypuff use Chloroform. If I get lucky, I could potentially get a Jigglypuff. Confusion at level 10. Right, that makes sense, because confusion is what I was banking on before I realised I could get the Nidorans. Well, we're not going to get Fennon to level 12 before we go on ad break, but at least we have Mick there ready to go. Which means we are going to be primed and ready to take on Brock. Right, going on the 3-minute ad break, I will be back, and then we are going to go face our first gym leader. Hopefully we don't die. website where you can make yourself into Pokemon cards? Of course there is. That doesn't surprise me at all. I made myself one a bit ago. That also doesn't surprise me at all. Jigglypuff's ultimate is Smash Bros. Should have been the marker on everyone's face for persistent damage. They should have made more use of the marker, definitely. That would be cool, but probably too technically challenging. I think there are also sites like that to make proxy cards for all sorts of games. Really. Yeah, you can make any proxies for your Magic the Gathering decks. I was almost going to buy a proxy deck someone made of Slivers as Tyranids from 40k. But then I backed out because they wanted a bit too much. More than I was willing to pay. So when you're going to come to visit me in Texas? When my channel blows up and I'm averaging 500 viewers and earning a living off streaming, then I will come visit you in Texas. And you know what? I'll even bring people with me to come visit you in Texas. But that is all entirely dependent on me earning enough that I can travel and stream. Have to come end of April? Wow, what's at the end of April? Lots of stuff is around that time. But is there anything in particular? Like, why does it have to be the end of April? April Fools? April Fools is the start of April. Alright. So, it's time for our first gym. Hi, I can tell you what it takes to become a Pokemon champ. I'm no trainer, but I can tell how to win. Let me take you to the top. Sure. Alright, let's get this happening. It'll be tough for your Pikachu at this gym. Electric attacks are harmless to Brock's ground type Pokemon. Doesn't tell me how to beat him, that tells me how not to lose. Right. I think this first guy has like a Geodude and a Sandslash, so we'll... let Hano and Pikachu take care of him. And then we'll let Fennon and Mick take care of Brock. Renfair fairly close, one is like 1.5 hours away, the other 4 hours away. And then there is Fiesta, 10-day celebration, 5 parade, river parade, 1 with flowers and 1 at nut. Alright. You convinced me. End of April. I'll let Sir Hano know. At some point, we are going down to Texas. At the end of April. Oh. Pikachu is actually completely useless. He doesn't have tackle or anything. You also have BBQ. I do like BBQ. Do you want to see better than BBQ? BBBQ. Nope. Fennon's got this. Fennel might not have this. She's gonna need to do as much as she can. If you don't leave here 10k heavier. Okay. I can't afford to get 10k heavier. Not there. Whoops. Alright, I might actually need to go back and heal after the junior trainer. I was hoping to clear it all in one run, but in fact, based on that performance, I might even just go get Fennon to level 12 just so I have 2. I get 10 kills, there we go. Right, that's 10 kilos would be a dangerous amount to gain on a trip. Fit Texas 11 times in Australia. Yeah, I'm aware. Texas is a very big state. Almost a season became its own country at one point. But they failed. State capital is like 1.5 hours away, Nassau is like 5 hours away, Coast is like 3 hours away, Casino is like 3 hours away. Well, my state capital is like 5 hours away. The coast is only about 20 minutes away. The nearest Nassau is, oof. A long way away. And I don't know if there is any casinos in my area. So I'll say the nearest casino is at most 5 hours away, because there is one in Adelaide. Was that not super effective? Is flying type not a thing in Gen 1? Is Gust a normal type move? Have I been paranoidly protecting Sir Henno from flying types? that don't exist. Gotta go? No worries, thanks for dropping in. No, flying isn't Gen 1? Then why was Gust not super effective against my Metapod? Also, hello Ash! Welcome in! How have you been? Long time no see! There's a NASA affiliated radio telescopes in parks we might get to visit in a couple of weeks. There we go, so nearest NASA would be what? 15 hours away? Gust is normally Gen 1. How bizarre. Been alive, went to New South Wales for a wedding, remembered how much you hate New South Wales. Well, I'm going to be going to New South Wales for the first time ever. Soon. Gentoid is just flying. That makes a lot more sense. Conso Heno, get to level 10. Become a Butterfree, damn it. Terrible and wet and the roads are full of holes. It does sound like a fantastic place. We're gonna have to swap you out with Fennon. Means you're not becoming a Butterfree in this rotation. Have I been? I've been great. I live down in Mount Gambier now. Moved a long way away. It's not that far away. It's only 5 hours. But yeah. Fairly big change. And I love it down here. The weather is great. It rains like every day. She is so close to leveling up. I can see that little blue bar on the overlay, and it is like right there. Alright, Fennon learned Double Kick. We have 2 Pokemons with fighting type moves that are at the level cap. So let's go face Rock. Actually, that's not. I really want Butterfree for confusion. We're gonna get one, just one more level in Metapod, and then we're good to go. Because as it turns out, Pikachu is completely useless in this fight. The anime lied to us. Shocky boy can't do shit. When didn't the anime lie to us? Well, the anime told us that Pikachus don't like to stay in their Pokeballs, and that is true to at least this version of the game. That's for Let's Go Pikachu 2, I guess. Yeah. And the anime does tell us that a Metapod versus Metapod duel is the most hype duel there is. What? Sir Heno is evolving! Also, wicked lucky pull on. I got very lucky with my first three. Like, as I was looking into what Pokemon I could get for the Nuzlock run, it was for Brock. The only three Pokemon that potentially have effective moves against him that I could get are the two Nidorans and Butterfree. Because you can get Mankey, but he doesn't learn Karate Chop until level 15. So he would be useless. All his moves are normal type, which Brock is resistant to. Rattata, Pidgey, and Spearow all resistant to. Pikachu he is completely resistant to. So, yes, I got lucky with my first pulls. I'm Brock. I'm Pewter Gym's leader. I believe in rock-hard defense and determination. That's why all my Pokemon are all rock-type. Do you still want to challenge me? Fine then. Show me your best. Get a really shit one name enough to... I'm not doing it like that. They're basically just being named after VIPs in order, so you are a VIP, so you will get one named after you. Azzy has next pick. So theoretically he should be one of the Route 3s. And so, yeah, if I catch something in Route 3, that will be what Azzy is, which means you would be caught on route on Mount Moon. Alright, Fennon. you get to face off against the Onyx. Super effective, but it still does fuck all! Alright, got it off without an attack. Hell yeah, we have our first badge! And we stayed on the level cap. I took you for granted. As proof of your victory, here's the Boulder Badge. We'd received the Boulder Badge. That's an official Pokemon League badge. Its bearers become more powerful. The technique Flash can now be used anytime. Wynn's got 1,188 yen, I guess, is the currency they're using there, for winning. Wait, take this with you. Wynn received TM34. A TM contains a technique that can be taught to your Pokemon. A TM is good only once, so when you use one to teach a new technique, pick the Pokemon carefully. TM34 contains Bide. Your Pokemon will absorb damage in battle, then pay it back double. Brock does be looking a bit like he's been through this game. He does. It's very lucky Fennon took out that Onyx when she did, because I don't think she would have survived the Bide counterattack. Alright, I need Cut to be able to get the Amber. Alright, let us heal up, and let me just quickly give myself the Boulder Badge. Huzzah! Not that they really need healing, we did that pretty well. But the journey continues, and now the level cap is 21. Got plenty of room to play around. Alright, so what can we get in the next section? That is the question. Alright, so Route 3 we have the options of Rattata, Spearow, Sandshrew, or Mankey. And we haven't caught any of them yet, so they're all up for grabs. Lass wants to fight. She sent out her Pidgey. Go Sir Hanno, that it turns out is not in as much danger as we thought. Still a little bit of danger, but that's alright. Okay, I don't think accuracy affects confusion. It has a 100% hit chance, so... No. So Hanoa's got this. Oh, maybe it can miss. I stand corrected. In that case, we are going to swap out. I should buy some potions so I can heal in the field. That is what I should do. And probably some Pokeballs just to make sure I've definitely got enough to do everything that needs doing. So we'll buy another 6. We'll double the amount of Pokeballs I had. And then we'll drop the rest on potions. Because we might need them while we're traversing through Mount Moon. Hey, I met you in Viridian Forest. Game pretending that it's just the same character moving elsewhere. We know you're lying, game. That person is still in Viridian Forest. Haha! Excellent. Enemy Caterpie took itself out. Oh, and change Pokemon. Yes, just because I'm pretty sure poison types are immune to poison, so... just in case, we're going to use a poison type. Caterpie, yeah, let's get Shocky Boy out, because he's my lowest level now. That's actually surprising. Alright, take that, bug catcher. Hi, I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear. Trash, they were trash. Youngster wants to fight. Youngster sent out Rattata. Alright. Confusion. Tale Whip. But if it's just going to glare at me angrily, then that's fine. There we go, Poison Sting. It has poison moves. Hell yeah, it's Mick, tagging that. It's almost making you want to play ZA. Is that one of the newer versions? I'm not 100% caught up with the latest versions. Although I am considering, if I make it to the end of this Nuzlock, continuing on to the next generation, and we'll see how far I get before I wipe out. But that's a pretty big if. A wheel. Oh no. Yeah, it's Pokemon ZA is set. It's like set in the XY store. Oh right, because they did the alternate realities bullshit where like one universe had Mega Evolutions and one had Dynamax? Is it Dynamax? Yes, Kakuna is a poison type, so Mick, get to it. Kakuna may have only known Harden, in which case it wasn't really necessary, but... Caterpie... Yeah, Shocky Boy can handle a Caterpie. It's kind of starting to merge it all into one now with a bleed effect from one of the Mons. Might have more information on Wind Waves. Fair enough. I mean, I am kind of going to be obligated to play Wind, aren't I? Like, it just feels like something that has to happen. Praise Helix? Praise Helix indeed. Haven't thought of Twitch plays Pokemon in ages. Don't worry, I'm getting lost in lore, but my shiny hunting brain needs all the pictures. I mean, shinies would be very useful. It's a rule in the like Nuzlock thing that shinies don't count to the capture limit. So if you find a shiny, you can catch it regardless of if you've already caught something or not. But you see, yellow version, you don't know if you have a shiny or not. Like, technically, Gen 1 Pokemon do have shinies, but the only way to find out you've got a shiny is to trade it to a later generation and see if it's a shiny. Hey, you're not wearing shorts. I am not wearing shorts. I am a jeans man. Youngster wants to fight. He's got a Spearow. Peck is definitely a flying type move, so we are getting Sir Henno out of there immediately. There's a whole train number thing you can do to spoof it, apparently. And surely it wouldn't work off trainer numbers, because that applies to all your Pokemon equally. Oof. Let's Alright. Shocky Boy is not coming out again for the until we get to a Poké Center. In fact, I'm gonna go back to a Poké Center now because I want Shocky Boy for when I'm trying to catch, because he has paralysis. I love how fried Pikachu's voice is. It's aesthetic. Feb 2014 was Twitch Plays Pokemon. I remember it well. The secondary role with Pokemon, so trainer number determines something like whether you can get the model. Okay. Interesting. So if your trainer number is wrong, it's just too bad, so sad, you don't get shinies. That look you gave me, it's so intriguing. Yes, that blank 1,000-yard stare. I was there when the sacred text was. I was there for bits of it. I wasn't there for all of it. I missed the great betrayal of the false prophet. The cluster of pixels is so intriguing. They are a very intriguing cluster of pixels. Makes absolute sense to me. About using it around. Yes, because that is poison type, so let Fennon have a run. Cluster of pickles. That sounds gross. Pickles are yuck. People writing fanfics about it happening. Yeah, it was huge while it was happening. The absolute chaos before they brought in the anarchy and order system. It was good times. You can fight my new Pokemon. Ooh, what's your new Pokemon? Bugcatcher wants to fight. Bugcatcher sent out Caterpie. Very good. That's an excellent new Pokemon. The only question is, why the fuck have you not leveled it up? Or evolved it, I should say. Not leveled it up. You've clearly leveled it up. It's level 11. Metapod, will win change Pokemon. Yes, Shocky Boy can handle that. They tried it with other games versions, but it wasn't the same. Yeah, it's sort of a thing that, like, it only would really work once. Like, once you've done the novelty of it, everything else will just be a cheaper copy. Done like dinner. I really should have moved Pikachu to the front before I stepped in the grass, just in case I did trigger a trainer battle, because that could have been dangerous, but... Jigglypuff! Ooh, level 14. Let's not fuck around with that. I feel like I should be worried about that kid if he's ain't done like, didn't he? Like he needs help with better phrases. Well, I imagine he probably said something different in the Japanese original translation. Disable. Mixed double kick was disabled. How dare they? Mick fell asleep. That's right, waking up takes a whole fucking turn in Gen 1. Alright. Shocky boy, to the front. Let's see who our next party member is. Who's that Pokemon? It's Spearow. Spearow's a good pick. Alright. Some paralysis. And then we'll do some quick attacks to bring your health down just a little bit. Now, let us catch Azzy, the Spearow. New Pokédex data will be added for Spearow. Spearow, tiny bird, inept at flying high, however it can fly around very fast to protect its territory. Do you want to give a nickname to Spearow? A. Z. There's no numbers. How is there no numbers? Alright, that's all we needed there. I think there's an item in this grass. From memory. Shocky Boy is spending a lot more time in red than I would like. Am I wrong in thinking you can get Jigglypuff and grass outside the Pokestone map? I think in red and blue you can. Don't think you can in yellow. That's my butthole so hard just then when that's in. I did as it was starting to move. Like I thought I would be safer than that. That Shocky Boy has definitely got a lot closer to death than I would like. So, because of the level cap, I can't grind too much. Because I've still got to do all of Mount Moon, the Battle Bridge, and the path up to Bills. What's the level cap? So, I am level capped at the ace of the next gym leader. So, Misty's ace is her Starmie, which is level 21. So, until I beat Misty, I cannot exceed level 21 with any Pokemon. Let's just go up to the Poke Center here and get myself healed. We can't buy the Magikarp because technically we've already caught a Pokemon in this route. Realistically, I could have just skipped getting that first Blot of Grass and bought the Magikarp, and Azeroth could have been a Magikarp. Thought buying Pokemon was okay because of that. Nope, so any gift Pokemon or anything like that, that counts as your Pokemon for that area. So I need to basically pay attention. No fishing in Vermilion until I have Squirtle. No going in the grass near Cerulean until I have Charmander. Alright, let's move Shocky Boy up to the front so we can paralyze whoever we find. And let's find out who Ash is going to be. Statistically speaking, a Zubat. How does Safari Zone work then? Same deal. I get one shot. One Pokemon at Safari Zone that I can try and get. You love Zubat? Well, it's your lucky day. As long as I don't accidentally kill it. Big Crobat fan, so you have to tell yourself Zubat is okay. That's fair. Alright, Zubat was caught. New Pokédex data has been added for Zubat. Emits ultrasonic cries while it flies. They act as sonar used to check for objects in the way. Do you want to give a nickname to Zubat? Yes. Now, is this gonna fit? It's not gonna fit. So we're gonna be Ash. Oh, awesome. It's close enough. Welcome to the team, Ash. You've been called worse? I can imagine. You've worked in customer service. We get called worse all the time. Zubat annoys me, but they're good for leveling up electric types. That they are. Alright. So, we'll go and quickly heal again to remove the paralysis of Zubat. Because I'm going to be having Zubat and Spearow fronting up for a while there so they can absorb some of the XP. Because I really don't want to lose any of my stronger options before the battle bridge. You know. Alright. So, if I recall, we go this way to get the items. Bugcatcher wants to fight. Bugcatcher sent out a Weedle. I forgot to move the Zubat to the front. That's right. We'll send out Mick to smudge the poison. I miss working customer service. It's weird how you do when you're out of it. Like, I remember missing being in customer service. And now I think, what the fuck is wrong with me that I used to miss being in customer service? But I'm sure if I stopped doing it, I would once again start to miss antagonizing people in customer service. Let me change Pokemon. Yes. We will go with Zubat. We'll go with Ash. And we will see if she can solo a Kakuna, because I assume the Kakuna is only going to be able to use Harden. So this could be a lot of fast experience for level 7. Customer service is misspelled sometimes. The first S could be mistaken for an N. Please don't read that out loud. Ah! Customer service. We swear on this stream, Cypher. If I get demonetized, so be it. I've been waiting for Council wants to pop up because I hate myself, but I love the insanity. Yeah, that's... I mean, Council would get... I don't know. Council would get the most entitled people that think you owe them something because you're in the Council. You don't miss customer service and miss the people. That's fair. But it's the crazies that you start to miss. Yeah, it's the insane people that I miss the insane stories. Yes. The stories you get to tell of the insane people that, like, absolutely lose their shit over their bins being missed. Alright, it's actually ad break time again, so I'm going to love you and leave you all for 3 minutes, and then I will be back after the ads. And then I think we'll only go for like another half an hour after that, and we'll be finishing up. But back in a bit. Alright, we're back. It was weird. Just a random thing that may be TMI, and I apologize if it is. But like, I pee every ad break. An hour apart, pretty much on the hour. Yet outside of streaming, I don't pee that much. Like, I don't know why it is. There must be something psychological that just like, my brain goes, ah, we have 3 minutes to do this, so we're going to do this every time we get that opportunity. It's just weird. Just weird. Yeah, well, it's healthy enough to do. Yeah, you gotta get it out. But no, it still feels weird that it just happens every hour. If you think about it, peeing is a type of streaming. That's true. It all makes sense now. I'm streaming. through night while I sleep, like as a label for being a carrier, waking up, making sure people in my house were still alive. That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be one thing if it was something that, like, you know, I did regularly, like, that was just how often I peed, but the fact that it only seems to happen when I'm streaming is the weird part. Alright, level 14 Clefairy, I think not. That's going to be taken care of by one of our fighters. Mick, get out there. Is that the natural way your body sets alarm first? Yeah. I mean, it's good as an alarm if it actually wakes you up. If it doesn't, then it's a problem. Alright, the last hath been defeated. A wild Zubat appeared. Ash appeared. Ash was swapped out by Shocky Boy. And Shocky Boy's gonna fuck up that Zubat. This one doesn't take me to the exit, it takes me to an item, I believe. Paris. It would have been a decent choice to beeline straight to this section to get a Paris. There is a 2-level disadvantage here, but the typing should... Oof. Nope. The typing is not going to help Azzy as much as I thought. There's me like, Azzy's a bird. Azzy will take on this mushroom crab with ease. Azzy almost died. Mick is half dead. I think I might retreat and go heal. I will retreat and go heal, and then the next time we get to that section, I will move Azzy to the front so that he doesn't tank a hit straight away. Because I do still feel like having Peck go off would be a winning option. Does Leech Life work well against Geodude? No, it does not. Alright. Fennon it is. Two-blade kick. Ash is now level 9. it straight there, I wouldn't have got there before a Zubat appeared. So getting a Paris in Mount Moon was always about as unlikely as getting a Clefairy. Especially since I'm pretty sure in this one the Clefairies only appear in one room in Mount Moon. Like one very specific section. Alright, let's move Azeroth to the front lines and see if he can take on the Mushroom Boys himself. Or a Zubat will appear. That's fine too. So I had to put Ramsey in pet boarding while we're in New South Wales, and since he's been home he's started stomping if he wants pats and we're ignoring his headbutts. Why would you ignore his headbutts? Why would you not be giving him pats all the time? He deserves pats, Ash. Ah, we, Team Rocket, are Pokemon gangsters. Rocket sent out Sandshrew. Alright, it's a ground type. Venom, go fuck him up. It's rock type fighting strong against not ground. Right. I do remember that I would always forget that distinction. When I got COVID recently, he was sitting on my shoulder when I slept before I tested positive. Got COVID recently? That sucks. It's been a while since the last time I got COVID. Thank fuck. So I'm pretty sure the next time I get it, it's gonna kill me. About to use Rattata. Nah, Fenn can stay out. She'll deal with the Rattata. Yeah, wait till Trivionatus and Super Spreader bench much. Oof. Yep. This is one for Shocky Boy. Win found HP up. Gonna have to carefully decide who we use that on. Probably gonna save them all for when I get Eevee, just to ensure my Eevee never dies. Max that thing's stats out. Oof. Shocky Boy grew to level 13. It's another Zubat in the Paris area. Keep it Eevee or above it. I am disgusted you would even ask me that question. Alright, it does 3 damage with it. But I don't think I can pull Shocky Boy out again until we head back to the Poké Center. Big fan of Vaporeon. Well, Vaporeon is the most compatible with human anatomy. Alright, Mick can deal with the Geodude. You brought it up. Alright, it's level 7. I'm sure Azzy can handle a level 7 Zubat by himself. Just wondering because all the evolutions in this one suck ass except maybe Jothan. Pinch, usually better to keep Eevee. Eeveelutions are bad anyway. You should always keep your Eevee as just Eevee. Sylveon is equal. You're in the wrong chat if Sylveon is your queen. This here is Eevee Town. My biggest problem with the evolutions is the fact that I can't be sure there's never going to be another one. Like, the next tattoo I want it to be an Eevee with the evolutions around it. But I just know that as soon as I get that tattoo, the next Pokemon game is going to release a new evolution. Like, I just know that will be my luck. Tesco will simply go, but it will be out of balance. It'll mess with the aesthetic I had in mind. Your first ever shiny was an Eevee though? My first ever shiny was a red Gyarados. And I think that was a lot of people's first ever shiny. What? Don't sneak up on me. Super Nerd wants to fight. Magnemite is electric, so we're gonna feck Azzy off out there. Pretty sure Magnemites are weak to fighting moves in this one. Because they're electric, right? No. Interesting. I mean, double kick is still doing plenty of damage, but I expected more. You know what a shiny was, but so I could get it right away. Even if it's like, I want that. Must have done 2 full odds hunts and make room for it. See, I don't like the way you can increase your odds of getting like certain shinies in the later games. Like my first naturally occurring shiny was a Tangler, and I didn't even realize it was a shiny. I caught it by accident. Well, I say I caught it by accident. I caught it because I needed a Tangler. And I thought it was just a glitch, that it gave the shiny effect whenever you pulled it out. Because until that point I didn't realize shinies were a thing. I thought red Gyarados was just a unique Gyarados. How are you feeling now? Ah, you're smiling now. That's nice. No, I just feel like they're not as special if you can just up your odds of finding one. Ash is falling a bit behind now, so we will bring them to the front so they can start getting some experience. Bugcatcher wants to fight. Azeroth, this is yours. I want that to be challenged, but also for the love of God, please don't make me reset for this godforsaken digital cat more than the others listed. I suppose when it comes to gift Pokemon, there's a bit of a difference there. And I don't know. We're going to drain all of Ash's PP so she can take out a level 10 Metapod. don't think she's going to succeed in taking out the level 10 Metapod actually. I'm gonna swap it with Az. Because looking at how little damage you're already doing, I don't think 15 PP is gonna cut it. PP is too soft for Metapod's up. Your PP is too soft for Metapod's up. But that's okay. I think next level you unlock Supersonic, which won't help you kill things faster, but it will... Well, I guess it will help you kill things faster. It won't help you do more damage. It'll help enemies damage themselves. Death by attrition. Yeah, you lost. Just girly things? Death by attrition is just girly things? That checks out. Especially when they do things like that and just nuke themselves for a third of their health. Jesus Christ. Alright. Shocky Boy is getting pulled out. And I guess Azeroth is going to deal with this Zubat. Embarrassing for Shocky Boy. He lost to a flying type. This one Zubat is gonna ruin my whole career. So Heno is actually probably the better one to take on Zubat, because also has super effective moves. An escape rope. I imagine I'm probably going to need to use that before the end. Just because I imagine by the time I get to Jesse and James, I'm going to be pretty well tapped out. So I actually might head back to the Poke Center now, because I'm gonna finish up for the night. Ha! It took itself out with its confusion. Taste of its own medicine. It's trying to learn poison powder. We'll get rid of Harden for now. Not that we'll be keeping poison powder for long. That's going as soon as we learn sleep powder. But while I fight my way back to the Poker Center, if anyone has any raid suggestions, now would be the time to speak your piece. If not, I'll have to find someone, which is fine. I can do that. But I'd rather not. I'd rather someone suggest someone. None of the Irish you terrorize on at the moment. Why do you terrorize the Irish? What have the Irish done to deserve this? Mantis who praises a nice guy. Alright, that works for me. Know what they did? That's ominous. Alright, well. We're going to end it there for the night. We got a healthy start. Have a full team of Pokemon. Managed to get the first badge, did not lose anything to Brock, which I was very concerned we would. Did not lose the Pikachu, even though it came very close quite a few times. Too close quite a few times. Yeah. Thank you for coming. We'll see you all again when we pick this up on Thursday. Bye-bye.